fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We talk about disgraceful relations today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling a little bit better. I was in a lot of pain yesterday, but I'm here today. You know what I'm saying? I worked on myself. I'm feeling a little better. I'm not a lot better, but I feel good enough to go ahead and, tap on these drums a little bit. Plus, I'm not on any pain medication. So that's really the barometer as far as I'm concerned. When you can do this with no acetaminophen, no naproxen, no what's the other one? No ibuprofen. There's still another one, I think. I think it is. Anyway, I'm here. We're talking about disgraceful relations today. Disgraceful relate. Yo, what y'all know? I'm sorry, I saw the cat run. When the cat starts running, I'll be ready to start running myself. When the cat starts running, I'll be ready to start running myself. When the cat yo, animals be seeing spirits. When the cat starts running, I start running. When the cat starts running, I start running. When the cat starts running, I start running. Yo, I'm about to start gunning. Yo, I ain't really trying to have to protect, but I don't want nobody coming at my neck. Yo, all I need is a little respect. respect. Y'all know it. Yo, I'm down like a submarine. I've been like this since I was a teen. And I'm glad y'all down on my team. Everything is gonna be all right. Bing, gleam. Everything is gonna be all right. But the cat was running. I don't know what's right. When the cat starts running, when the cat, my people TK, right? Glad to be here morning, noon, and night. My brother, Ansel Jones, Baltimore brother, leave him alone. When we starts getting to that thing, things gonna be all right, cause he's a king. Young prince, that's what he used to be. King now, king status down with me. Everything is gonna work out fine. Everything is gonna be all right down the line. Yeah. Disgraceful relations. What? Word. Hit the like button, y'all. We're gonna have a little talk today. Disgraceful relations. What y'all know about it? And this ain't no gossipy show. Nope. Real life. Yo. Stacey White, what's up? Disgraceful relations, what y'all know? Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1:30 p.m. till around 2:30-ish, or 3:30-ish. But the reason that we say 3:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday, and it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should as well. So today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we talking about disgraceful relations. Disgraceful relations. Well, let me reiterate and let y'all know, this is not about gossip. We're not talking about, this celebrity with that celebrity. We talking about you. We talking about you, whatever you've been through. We talking about me, whatever I've been through. We're talking about not only what may have happened to us, but what we may have done to somebody else. Hey, sometimes we ain't in the right. Sometimes we ain't in the right, baby. And that's a little touchy thing where we don't really like to get into a whole lot. But sometimes we ain't the right party. So we got to take that with a grain of salt and we have to eat that. Ew. Oh, God. It's still a lot on my plate. My mom said I can't get up from the table till I finish my plate. Why don't we have the dog? Why don't we have a dog that will eat the rest of this nasty shit on my plate? Okay. Well, I've lived a life, you've lived a life, we've lived our lives. I couldn't live the life that you were living and you couldn't live the life that hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. We was on the wrong show. Bing! All right. We had to get right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get right out here. You get right. Hold on, let me straighten it out. Make it look professional. Yeah. So, make everything look professional. You know what I mean? Make everything look professional. Y'all good? Y'all good? Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Speaking of levels. So since we're talking about disgraceful relations, there are levels to disgrace. You know what I mean? Like what might be disgraceful for you might be like, well, yeah, that's bad, but it's not a disgrace. And what might be disgraceful to me might be exponentially like terrible to you. But to me, it might be like, it's just a regular disgrace. Regular disgrace. It's just a regular disgrace. Happened in my face. They was playing in my face. It was a total disgrace. I can't believe I'm still here. Yeah, they coming around. Where do they do that type stuff? Yeah, by this time I had enough. But they gave me a little more. And I took it, yeah, for sure. Shit is wrong, but it went way too long. Yeah, I got a story to tell, and you do as well. Now, whether you choose to tell it, it's all right. This shit is here and I smell it. The roses smell like poo-poo. It smell like dookie doo-doo. Y'all know what time it is, or it's at the sun, what rhyme it is. Everything is gonna be on time, and kids, everything is gonna be all right. I'm the Miz. Not the missus. We gonna do this thing. I ain't dissing nobody else. If it happened, then I gotta name names. And you getting fame. Everything is gonna work out good. Yo, let's get one thing understood. My name is Sun 7, Mac 11, Tevin Campbell, Livingston, Bramley, fighting the fact that he's all right. So this is what we gonna do. We're talking about disgraceful relations. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So we talk about disgraceful relationships. I mean, well, I didn't call it disgraceful relationships. Because, for some people, that locks them into a certain mind frame. When I say disgraceful relations, this could have been something that happened to you randomly that wasn't supposed to be random. It could have been a one-off, but, certain one-offs can end your life. And I don't want to get into all of that, but, unfortunately, we may be familiar with a situation where a life was ended on some disgraceful shit that should have never happened. I'm sorry, I had to fix the lighting fix the lighting. I mean, get things right in the studio. Get things right in the stew. We gotta get things right in the stew. So yeah, it could have been a one-off. It could have been a one-off that was so heinous, so terrible, and so well calculated. Something can be well calculated in an evil way or in a terrible way. I know about it. You know about it. We might know about it. Stacy MD Fountain. What up? What's good? How you feeling? And word. What up, Shell? What's good? Ansel says, I'm learning even in my 40s, people still hold grudges. Life is too short for holding, even if you are still hurt. I don't know about that, Ansel. You know what I mean? That's why we need to talk about this today, because some things, sometimes people will hurt you. Sometimes people will do things to you in ways that can't be came back from. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes the violation is such that yo, you can't come around me no more. You can't come around me no more. You can't come around my peoples no more. I don't want, you don't darken my door, because I'm going to do more than just close it on you. I might close the casket on you. You know what I'm saying? So, but see, what might hit me hard might not hit you as hard. Stacey White says, sometimes you get tired of eating bull crap. You ain't said nothing I ain't been through. Carla, I ain't see you, Carla. What's good? You know what I mean? You slipping in between the cracks there. Carla be switching like, this is me. I'm Carla. Oh, you ain't see me? I was right there. What you mean you ain't see me? I was right there. Everything good. Levels is good. And there are really levels to this. There are levels to being hurt. There are levels to hurting somebody. There are levels to being humiliated. There are levels to being disgraced. There are levels to being violated. There are levels to being to inflicting or taking violence. There's levels to everything. Man, and you determine what that level is. So when that level comes to you, you make the determination about what the degree of it is. Can't nobody tell you how to respond to your hurt. Can't nobody tell you how to feel the pain that you feel. Can't nobody tell you that. So we need to go through all of that. You know what I mean? So, because this could be, what we talking about today could be anything from a headache to a hospital stay. Maybe even all the way to the morgue. We're going to see. Disgraceful relations. Nigga. You a disgrace. Nigga. I ain't never had nobody in my life do no shit like you be doing to your people. Shit. It's a disgrace for me just knowing your ass. Nigga. I feel like I need to report your bum ass to the authorities. The police, the feds, probably DHS, or should I say Child Protective Services, or Family Protective Services, some shit like that. Senior abuse, child abuse, sexual abuse, abuse of a minor. What's that other shit when you encourage minors to do some shit they ain't got no business doing? You got niggas selling drugs for you. The bum ass nigga. No, bum ass nigga. Fuck out of here, bum ass nigga. My brother Tom is in the house. What up, Tom? What's good? What's good? All right. Stacy said, "My spirit and rebuke you, son." Fuck that. What you talking about? Look, we're not doing no bullshit today. We already got some weird shit going on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we already got some weird shit going on. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what this shit is. Perfect timing though, right? Disgraceful relations. Perfect timing though, right? Heavy. Tom says, love the question. I am not staying with a woman who had a baby on me by another brother. Yeah, I feel you. But I seen it done. I seen it done for different reasons. Brown Eye says, Carla, I'm not messing with this snow. I'm staying inside. Oh, this snizzo. And what up, Brown Eyes? What's good? Yeah, I thought the snow was over yesterday. I ain't know that they was going to dump some big ass healthy flakes. You know, like it's degrees of snow. You know, you got the snow that you know is not going to stick. And then you got these big ass snowflakes snow. You be like, yo, what's up with that? You know, the big fluffy kind. You know what I mean? The big fluffy type joint. So what they say? How much snow they talking about we going to get? What I'm talking about? What we talking about? Snow likely to come. Weather advisory till 8 o'clock. Oh, fudge. All right, so I'ma put my drums away. 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 All right, so let's go ahead and put this one away. That's one drum put away. 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 One drum what? One drum put away. One drum put away. One drum put away. We going for the 2-point conversion. Y'all. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you? Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Hold your head, kid. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Let the snow fall. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Yo, be patient. Everything is going to be all right. It's one for all, off one. Don't stall. All right. Okay. So what we talking about today is disgraceful relations. One thing you never forget is when somebody really disgraced you, or when somebody really humiliated you, or when somebody really violated you, or when somebody really hurt you bad. You don't forget about that shit. You may have forgiven them for it. You may have let it go. You may have moved on. You may have just gone forward with your life and put things behind you, but you don't forget it. And if you ever run into a situation that's similar to the one that really hurts you bad, then you're probably going to put up your defense mechanisms rather than jump in head first like it never happened, or like it's sweet like that. That's probably not going to happen. You know what I mean? That's probably not going to happen. So when you really go in your memory bank and you start thinking about the first time that you really got your feelings hurt. Now, you can get your feelings hurt because you may have been ingrained. It may have been ingrained on you that certain things are supposed to be a certain kind of way. Like, for example, when I was little, I'm talking about like 7, 8 years old, I had a friend whose family was deeply religious. So anything that was said against their religion, which was Christianity, they were holiness Pentecostal. So, like you go to their church and, they be in there shouting and getting the Holy Ghost and all of that kind of stuff. So anybody who wasn't really saved or really, part of into religion, into God the way that they were, it was like a violation to them. So you can imagine at a young age finding out that somebody is not a Christian. Let's say you have a friend that's a Jew, or a friend that's a Muslim, and they practice totally different customs than you do. So we talking about in the 70s. So at that time, some girls might not have been able or allowed, I should say, to wear pants. I knew girls that had to wear dresses and skirts every day. They weren't allowed to wear pants. Old school shit. Because, designer jeans came out in the 70s. If y'all remember, Jordache, Sergio Valente, Chardon, Gloria Vanderbilt, even Teddy Pendergrass had a line of designer jeans. All that shit came out in the 70s, but there were some girls who came from deeply religious Christian families that weren't allowed to wear pants of any kind, even no matter how cold it was outside. You wear a long ass trench coat or something like that. You get layered up, but put on an extra pair of stockings or something like that, but no pants. So when it has been conditioned in you that deeply that this is the way it's supposed to be because it pleases God, anybody who says anything to the contrary is going to seem like a violation to you. So it's going to be like, yo, you went against God and you're going against me because I'm saved and I don't want to be around nobody. That's why I have to say that there are levels to this thing. As you get older, as you grow older, you start to learn more and you start to realize that there's more than one way to be, more than one way to act, and more than one way to do things. You may look at the times when you felt disgraced by somebody like, that really wasn't that bad. And that might be around a time when you really get the knife in your back. Oof, oof. Oh, hold on. I got a knife. I got a knife. Where's my knife? I'm about to say, I hope nobody could stole it. Here, the knife. Look, knife. Good knife. Kershaw knife. Look, Kershaw. Oh, I don't say it on that side. Yeah, Kershaw. Kershaw. Yeah, knife in your back. Poke that nigga up. Get it in there. Turn the knife. Get them guts out. Get internal bleeding, nigga. You may have run into a situation like that, not a physical knife in the back or to the gut, but a proverbial knife to the back or gut. And that might have been the violation that you had to deal with. Maybe you got over it. Maybe you got through it. Maybe you still deal with the person that you felt like really violated you. It happens. Our ego tells us never to even admit to anybody that we stayed with somebody who violated us like that, but it happens, yo. It happens. So we gonna get into it and get involved. These puzzle pieces right now, we gonna solve, y'all. So I'm about to go get my seat because that John over there, and then we gonna have us a talk right over here. I gotta get my seat right over there. We gonna have this talk right over here. I said, gotta get my seat over here, and we gonna have us a talk right over there. I said, let me bring my seat in here, and then we gonna have a talk right over here. I said, yeah. I said, yeah. What up, y'all? What's good? What's good? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got. What we got? Natural Leash the Rap. What up, Ma? What's good? What's good? How you feeling? Everything good? Oh, damn, y'all got 5 feet of snow over the weekend in New York? My peoples ain't tell me that. They didn't tell me that. All right. Shout out to NY. Well, if you in upstate New York, you know how that go. Upstate New York is Canada. I don't care what nobody says. All right. Tom says, son, I seen it done every day with these baby daddies, brothers taking care of babies that are not theirs, but I don't judge. Love is love. Hey man, I mean, once again, there are levels to this. There are straight levels to this. So yeah, there are a lot of things that I probably wouldn't embrace or take that a lot of people does. Shall Love. He says, yo, son, commissary comes on Wednesday. All right, that's what's up. All right, hold on. Oh, shit. J. Brown, Virginia. All right. Good luck with that, son. Good luck with that. You know what I mean? Good luck. Good luck. Keep on lifting. All right, we good? Disgraceful Relations. Shell says, no, that's upstate. The city got 2 inches. Okay. That sounds a little bit more feasible. It's always about it's always a few more degrees colder in New York than it is in Philly. Because it is up north. You know what I mean? If you really want to get into it, you could say that New York is the beginning of New England. I know NY ain't going for that. They're like, no, that's Connecticut. We ain't no New England. No, we not. I'm like, y'all connected like 2 New England states. But it's all good. It's all good. I know one thing. It's colder in upstate New York than it is in the Pennsylvania Poconos. I know that. And the snow in New York is a little better, maybe a lot better than that of the Poconos. Poconos be lunching on the snow. Like, all right, we might give you some snow, but we might have to work out with the snowmaker. Upstate New York be like, we don't need no damn snowmaker. Come on up here to Schenectady. We'll show you what snow really about. Schenectady, Syracuse. Schenectady. All right. Let's see, my cup don't want to act right today. We gonna work on it because we're gonna get it right. I ain't drinking shit. I ain't turning up until this thing until this thing get correct. I stopped putting turmeric in the tea because it was turning my fingers orange and shit. That's like turmeric be everywhere. That shit don't die. You know what I mean? Like curry. Curry has turmeric in it. So I'm like, yeah, man. Turmeric be doing too much. It be doing too much. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just keep the turmeric in the colorine. You get no more tea. No more tea. We will not spill the tea on turmeric. We will not do that. All right. All right. Stacey said, that's why I stopped using turmeric. Why? Because the shit was everywhere. I hear you. No. Oh, that's okay. That's on this part, I think. Okay. I see where it's coming from. At least it's coming from there. I can work with that. Just as long as it's not coming from the sides. Let me see. Let me give it a sip here. Get a little sip. All right. I'm gonna just keep my eye on it. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. He replied and rocked the green eye. All right. So, disgraceful relations. Disgraceful relations. Like when you get to thinking about the last time or the first time or those times when somebody, you said New Jersey snow ain't no joke either. Jersey snow is bad because they got a lot of flat land in Jersey. Jersey don't be rocking out with the mountains. Jersey ain't like Pennsylvania and New York. New York ain't like Pennsylvania. Like Pennsylvania, this mountain is crazy. Like New York definitely has mountains, but not like PA. Not like PA. But I ain't from Pennsylvania. I'm from Philly. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? I represent Philly. Them PA niggas, they different. Stacey White says, I'm in a starburst. They don't put salt in the street or the sidewalk. What's a starburst? That's a real word? Starburst? I'm not even going to pretend like I knew that was a real word. I thought that was just a candy. What's a starburst? What's a starburst? You gonna send me? Wait a minute. You said you mean suburbs, don't you? I bet you mean suburbs. I'll bet you mean suburbs. What is a starburst? Yeah, starburst is a candy. Wait a minute. No, wait. In astronomy, a starburst is an event where a galaxy produces new stars at an exceptionally high rate. You mean the suburbs. I know you do. You the suburbs. You better check that spell check. You know what I mean? Stop letting your phone take your phone off of autocorrect. Stop letting it make you look crazy. Stop letting your phone violate you. Stop letting it violate you, son. Okay, Sly. What is it? Sly NYC. So the 215. What's that? Strong Eagles Bell 100. Is that Strong Liberty Bell? Is that what it's say? Eagles. All right, cool. Cool. What up? What up, Sly? What's good? What's good? All right. Stacey White says, is this Android phone? All right, y'all. Disgraceful relations. You know what I mean? What comes to your mind when you think about disgraceful relations? You know, one of the situations that come to my mind when I think about disgraceful relations is somebody using or abusing a senior. Senior abuse, I don't know what it is. I don't know about y'all, but one thing that I hate to hear about is child abuse or senior abuse. I don't like that shit. And that's on any level. And you know, I was thinking about when I was younger, you know, teenager, 15 years old. There used to be, this is a deep situation. There used to be this corner store owner. Now, at the time, I gotta decide if I want to say his name because do we owe pedophiles anonymity? Real shit. Do we owe pedophiles anonymity? Because the state sure doesn't think so. They put them on the Megan's Law list, the sexual deviants or sexual violators list or whatever for the rest of their lives. You can see who did what, no matter how long it was ago. But I'm going to offer some grace. I'm going to be graceful. But there was this corner store owner, and he sold. You know, it was a corner store, but it wasn't on the corner. It was actually like one house from the corner, but it was a corner store for all intents and purposes. And this dude must have been, the owner of the store must have been about, he was probably in his 30s. I remember this was 1985 when I met him. He had a Jerry curl. Now he was trying to make this corner store into like this shit. It was a corner store, but he had ambition to a certain degree. So he wanted the corner store to be like a big deal. So he had like a grand opening for it. He had a re-grand opening for it. He had an unofficial grand opening for the store, and then he had an official grand opening for the store. Well, anyway, to make a long story short story long, he had a thing for young girls. And this dude wasn't shy about expressing his feelings for no young girls. So he used to always have these teenage girls come in the store because he would give them stuff, give them candy and, you know, sandwiches and shit. He hardly ever had food in the store. You know what I mean? He was broke. And he was probably broke because he was probably giving these young girls money for sexual favors, real shit. And everybody around this way. Now, this is not around my way. I worked around this way. But everybody knew that this dude had a thing for young girls. And the young girls would be up in his store all day. Sometimes I'd be like, well, shouldn't y'all be in school? Because where it was, for the people who live in Philly, the schools in the surrounding area, the local schools close to where I'm talking about was William Penn High School, Franklin Learning Center, and Ben Franklin. They were all, it was in that area of North Philly. Nobody ever came at this dude. And he told me from his mouth to my ear, telling me his relations with this young girl and how she got pregnant and had the baby. And I don't know, has anybody ever told you a story that was so fucked up that you only halfway was listening to it? He's telling me about this young girl. And at the time, she wasn't, you know, she was of age now, over 18, 19, 20, whatever. But he was telling me about her. He was like, yeah, her mom, you know, came over here yelling at me and all that kind of stuff because, you know, she was all in love with me and blah, 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 blah. Not the mom, but the young girl. And I was like, and no authorities came through. I don't know if he took care of the baby. I knew the girl. Her mom was one of my tenants. So she never confirmed or denied this stuff, but I didn't ask her either. So I guess they felt no need to volunteer the information. But I was like, talk about disgraceful relations. No, everybody knew that was just one of his stories. Everybody knew how he was with young girls. And nobody said nothing. But I got to put myself on that list too. I never said nothing. It was like one of those situations where I'm looking like, everybody good with this? Well, then I'm going to get the fuck on. I live in Germantown. I eventually moved to North Philly later, but I didn't know what to do with it. He eventually sold the store and moved down south. I never heard from him again. And that was around 2006. 2000, it might have been before then. Maybe 2004, 2005. The Asians actually bought his store off of him. He got a nice little check for that. But yeah, disgraceful relations. Because I was thinking, like, when he's telling me this story, and me and him wasn't close, I would never be close to nobody like that. He was grimy. Nasty nigga. Nasty. You know what I mean? Jerry curl wearing ass nigga. Yeah, because this is 1985. But when he put the bug in my ear, this probably was in the late 90s, either late 90s, early 2000s, before he went down south. So much of a shit involved in that story. Nasty work, yo. Nasty work. Man, when I think back on that situation, I'm like, dude, you can talk about it all you want and talk about how nasty he was, but you ain't do nothing about it. I gotta eat that. Now, I could rationalize and be like, well, that wasn't my business. But child abuse is everybody's business. Elder abuse is everybody's business. Any abuse is everybody's business. You know why? Because it doesn't happen just one time. A one-time incident is what it is. You can look at that and assess it and break it down any kind of way you want. But when you're talking about an abusive situation, you're talking about something that happens over a period of time and time again, multiple times. So somebody has to take the blame for that shit. Somebody has to be responsible for that shit. So when I say disgraceful relations, Tim Brown, I said, no, put them out there. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. If anybody who lived around that way know who I'm talking about, though. That shit's crazy. Anybody who lived around that part of North Philly know what I'm talking about. Knows who I'm talking about. Because he was unmatched. That didn't happen with nobody else that I'm aware of. In my mind, he only had that store to be able to have access to them. You know, he was giving out candy. You know what I mean? Like, now, don't get me wrong. The girls wasn't like 9 or 10 or nothing like that. Not that that makes it any better. Not that it makes it any better. I'm not trying to justify it on any level. No level. But they were high school girls. But maybe they was 13. Did they get skipped? I don't know. Tom says, ain't nothing like a watermelon now later. Nobody likes me Nobody like me mess with nobody like me mess with Starburst and bring back the old candies. Uh, the Boston Big Beans, Mary Jane's, the Chico Stick. Man, you old school as hell. You said the Mary Jane's. I thought only the old heads ate that. Dimples D's, what's up, man? What's good? Good to see me. Some you. Oh, CC. What up, CC? I mean, mi favoritas. You hell no, you may be saving someone. You know what? I really don't think that he's alive anymore. I mean, because he moved down south 20 years ago. Ain't no way. He ain't like he was in good health or nothing like that. Okay. No. I'm not gonna do that. Tell you what, for those of y'all who know me, I'll inbox y'all. I'll let you know who it was. I'll let you know who it is. I get funny about putting names out in certain situations because, I met a lot of people and you never know who's affected by this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not protecting him in any way, but just like the Epstein files, the girl that I'm talking about in particular, I know her family. I know her little brothers. I know her sister. I know her mom. You never know. They know I do this show and they would know who I was talking about. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can be going after the violator so hard that you actually hurt the victim. Not like the Epstein files. Because they want that, those victims, they want it out there. And so do I. Joe Webster, what's good? Good to see you, my dude. Always, always. Tom says, was I a fan of Tootsie Rolls? I eat them, but I was never a real big fan of nothing chocolate. Especially something that was just chocolate tasted. Like real chocolate, cool. But something that just was chocolate flavored, nah, that was never really my thing. Even chocolate milk, it was all right. It was all right. Okay. Brown, I said, I don't think I could stand around knowing someone is being abused, mistreated, especially children and the elderly. Word. And I'm like, this shit crazy. And like all the dope boys around there at the time, they all went to the store. It was like, yo, when I say disgraceful relations, that shit was a whole mess. That shit was a whole mess. No way, no two ways about it. And so says, Omar, living in Philly, what do y'all consider the South? I would say anything past Maryland. Virginia, you got to say it's the South because it used to be the capital of the South. So to me and you, Virginia is still north-ish. But I think anything below D.C., you got to start calling that the South. However, West Virginia, I be looking at it like, you call that South? Be cold there. They got mountains and shit. They got snow and shit. They got hillbillies and shit. They got cold weather and shit. So yeah, I think anything below D.C., that's what we look at as the South. And Philly. Delaware might as well be the South though. But nah, Delaware ain't the South. Delaware ain't the South unless you start talking about where slavery was. But that's that's another show, another time. But that is a disgraceful relation, so we could do it. North Sides. North Sides. What up, Dre? ATL in here. That's what's up. The ATL, the real ATL, or around ATL? Because, you know, some of y'all cats, y'all be talking about the ATL. You'd be like, well, what's your address? Oh, I live in College Park. Oh, I live in Decatur. Oh, I live in Bankhead. Like, you live in Bankhead? Where you live in Bankhead? You can afford to live in Bankhead? Fulton County, baby. But you claim ATL. I mean, what do I know? I've never spent no time in ATL. What do I know? What do I know? Tom says, I would never go to West Virginia. Hell no. Play the same as Mississippi. You will never see me hit them states. Yeah, West Virginia, man. Yo, too much crystal meth. Too much crystal meth with that West Virginia shit. Yeah. Tom says, look, I'm definitely saying something. I might step in dependent on the situation, on how the situation is, and I'm holding. Okay. I hear you. Stacey says, I'm suffering. Do not like the winter. Look, you from Detroit. You know what I mean? That's all you know. No, it ain't winter all the time in Detroit, but come on now. We talking about Michigan. We talking about Canada. All right. Tom says, let's not forget when it was Hurricane Katrina, Mississippi did not want to let none of the Louisiana people in Mississippi, so everybody went to Houston. You can look it up. They went to Houston. They went to Pennsylvania. They went to a lot of places. We got a lot of New Orleans people in Philadelphia at that time. It was funny because you knew right off the bat. Soon as you heard him speak, you was like, because you know New Orleans got a certain accent that's deeply unique versus other Southerners. You know, like the way they say baby. Baby. Hey, baby. Yeah. You know, you ain't gonna violate that baby. Ain't nobody gonna violate no baby. You know I want to have your baby. Like, they got a certain way that they talk in New Orleans. In New Orleans. Notice I says, all it's metro, big dog. Bankhead is Fulton, so West Side at Bankhead is Midtown. Okay. All right, hey, look. I come from a city where you either live in Philly or you don't. Like, so if your zip code don't start with 191, you don't live in Philly. If your zip code start with 191, you can try to live out in the county. You can try to say you live out in the burbs. You live in Philly. It's cut and dry. Ain't nothing wrong with living out in the county. Ain't nothing wrong with living out in the burbs. Ain't nothing wrong with none of that shit. You know what I mean? But, you know, this is one of those cities where you can't say that you, as soon as you say you from Philly and you talking to somebody from Philly, they're going to start asking you certain qualifying questions like, what school you go to? What neighborhood you from? You mess around and say something like East Philly, they're going to be like, because we don't have the East Philly. We got a north, south, northeast, and southwest. We have no East Philly. But if we had an East Philly, it would be called Kensington, Port Richmond, Fishtown, Northern. Nah, we're not doing that. All right. Tom says, West Side Detroit is where my uncle be. And that brother love him a Cadillac. I'm too. I met two sons, went out. I had two sons, went out there, and they said they're ready to go see Uncle again, and I know why. Okay, that's what's up. Detroit got some shit. They got some heat out there. They got some heat out there in the D. I got a lot of people in the D. Biological and non-biological. I got a lot of people out in the D. Oh, you listen to everybody was kung fu fighting? Wow. Stacy said, Kensington used to be a bad place. I don't know how it is now. It was never a bad place. It was always a bad place. It was never a bad place. It was always a bad place. It will be. Like, we got plans for Kensington until like 2094. It's going to always be bad because it's never been good. All that shit they used to say about North Philly. North Philly this, North Philly that. I'm like, go east, and you tell me what's really bad, because you ain't gonna be able to tell me what's really good. Not over there. Not over there. CC says, I live in a 190 zip code, but I'm Philly all day. Yeah, you from Philly. You don't live in Philly. You know what I mean? With your county living in it. Your county living in that. Out there with all them trees. Fresh cut lawns. Gated communities and shit. Parking, you got the permit parking and all that old shit. You know what I mean? It's quiet at night. Ain't nobody shooting, talking loud, fighting. Well, somebody might be fighting. You know. What up, Kieran? What's good? What's good? You know what I mean? Me favorita left Philly. Always coming back to Philly when she need her ratchet fix. Gotta come back home. You know what I mean? Rub some dirt on her. Like, before I go back in burbs, I gotta rub some dirt on me. Hey, let me go get next to a drug addict and get some funk on me. Here, rub it. Ooh, yeah. Now I can go home. Oh, man. Brown Eye says, I had to go to Kensington once. I didn't get out of my car. The air is even different out there. I felt like whatever is in the air was going to jump on me, and one of those zombies was going to touch me. Now, I will say this. Them zombies that you see, all of that, what they call it, Amsterdam, all that old crazy shit, they not from Philly. None of them cats. They are not from Philly. I've never known anybody that lived in Philly say, yeah, you know what I mean, my aunt or my daughter or my sister, you know, she down there in Kensington, you know what I mean, I be so worried about. No, they come from out the burbs. They come from over Jersey. They come from out Delaware. They come to Philly to get high, and they get caught. You should see them. I drive past the motherfuckers every night I come home from work. I be like, yo, they be out there on the sidewalk. They be out there on the sidewalk starting bonfires like a barrel fire. You know what I mean? You know how like construction workers do, you know, to keep warm while they working outside. They be doing that on the sidewalk. Homeless as a motherfucker. I be like, how y'all make it through the night? You leaning and freezing. You leaning and freezing. Leaning and freezing. Leaning and freezing. That shit make me feel bad. It do make me feel bad, but they made their choices in life. Can't save everybody. One thing I never see when I'm driving through Kensington, I never see nobody that look like they selling drugs. I see everybody that's using them, but I don't see nobody selling nothing. And they got a high police presence out there. I'm like, where are they getting the drugs from? There's cops everywhere. I never drive through there and I don't see at least 3 or 4 cops. From Kensington, from Kensington Avenue, because I drive right down Allegheny. From Kensington Avenue up until about, the hot area is up to about C Street. About C in Allegheny, the letter C to Kensington Ave. That's the hot spot. Now, there are more areas around there because they got this little park. Anyway, fuck them. Fuck them. Stacey asks, what are they on? They on fentanyl and heroin. Straight narcotics. Fentanyl and heroin. Maybe some pills. Maybe. But definitely heroin and fentanyl. Tom says, son, I will go to Kensington if I'm with my peoples. But other than that, we don't really need to be. Hold on. I got a video last time I was down Kensington. Because they got Kensington is actually, there was a time when it was a sprawling place for commerce. You know what I mean? You're shopping and shit. K&A was known. They had a lot of stores down there. Let me see. It's got to be on here. Where's the video? It wasn't that long ago. I think it was like in the spring. Oh, it was before this, though. It was before that. Was it before the Super Bowl? No, it was definitely after that. It was definitely after that. Hold on. Hold on, my peoples. I know I took it with this phone. Because I went down there to get some jewelry fixed. I said, well, while I'm here, I might as well let y'all see the landscape. Or did I do it on Facebook Live? Let me see. Maybe that's what I did. Let me see. Okay. I think, yeah. Here's the video. Turn it up.
Yo, taking a stroll through Kensington down here at K&A. Y'all know about this K&A shit. But I want to know that I'm not down here trying to buy no fentanyl, no heroin, no nothing. Not this time, anyway. I'm just down here I'm looking for something. Let me get some jewelry repaired. I mean, ain't about nothing. I'm just trying to get some jewelry repaired. You know what I'm saying? So, found one spot. They said the bull ain't there right now. So we'll go to this other spot. Let's see if he's there right now. Let's go see. Just in case y'all wondering. This is land. Yeah. A lot of despair, but fuck it. This other dog. Is that for? Get back on my right. That's good.
All right.
Taking a stroll.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I must have Facebook lived it. I'm like, no, where the video? Where the video? But yeah. You know what I mean? I ain't scared. Really, ain't nothing gonna happen to you down Kensington, not no K&A. Cops everywhere. Plus the fiends too slow. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? Give me your money. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. They give them drugs to come off the drugs. Yeah, that methadone shit. That methadone bullshit. Natural Lisa Rap says every major city has a Kensington. In New York, we had several. Brownsville was ours until COVID. I believe the government has a hand in keeping addicts addicted. Always have their hands in something for money. And she says, why else would they leave those areas like that for decades? But the thing is, it wasn't like that before. You know, like back in the 70s, 80s, even 90s, Kensington wasn't known for no heroin and all that shit. I mean, especially during the crack era, Kensington wasn't known as a crack neighborhood. You know, and there was a time you couldn't be on the streets just all high and all of that shit. It's so bad now, and plus it's white people now. So, you know, it's a whole different story. If it was nothing but black people out there, there'd be some, you know, they wouldn't be out there in the streets like that. But it's a whole lot of white people. They come across that bridge, you come across the Ben Franklin, they come across the Commodore Barry, they come across the Walt Whitman, they come across the Betsy Ross. You know, they sometimes they OD on the streets. They hit them with that shot of Narcan. I seen them motherfuckers get right back up. They was dead. Hit them with the joint. Boom. Oh, okay, all right. Shit. Woo! Gotta go get high again. But I do understand what you're saying as far as the government intervention or their allowance of such. And I agree. And as far as I'm concerned, that is an example of a disgraceful relation. As far as I'm concerned, that's an example of a disgraceful relation. Acting like it's somebody else's fault, acting like it's somebody else's problem. No, it's ours. It's our problem. We got to deal with it. Now, how are we dealing with it? That's the question that needs to be addressed. That's the question that needs to be addressed. Nonetheless, that's what we're working with, my brothers and sisters. That's what we're working with, my children. That's what it is. Disgraceful relations. You know? Disgraceful relations. All the women out there that done took care of a bum nigga. I understand. Motherfucker might have been working when you first met him. Stopped working after y'all got together, or fell on hard times and never tried to get back up. That kind of thing. Fell on hard times, never tried to climb back up. Let you take the ride. rode your coattails. You know what I mean? Treated you like a feminist. Oh, you want to be a man? You want equal rights? I got you. And you never forget a situation like that. Nothing hurts more than trying to help somebody who intentionally tries to hurt you. Not too many things hurt more than that. Not too many things hurt more than that. And it does hurt. And then one of the worst parts about it is it hurts. And then you got to pretend like it didn't hurt as bad as it hurt. Because your pride and your ego kick in and you don't want anybody to feel like they already played you. You don't want them to feel like they broke you. Disgraceful relations. So here you are in pain, feeling humiliated, feeling disgraced, feeling used and abused, feeling violated, feeling tricked and turned out. But you got to act like it never happened, or like it's not happening to you, or like the effect that it has on you is nil. I don't know. That don't sit well with me. That don't sit well with me. But I understand. I know how it go. Boy, do I. Boy, do I know how it go. But yeah. And also dudes who have put their heart and soul into a relationship with a woman, knowing damn well that woman only wanted you for your money. And the problem is she actually got it from you. And ain't feel no kind of way about playing with your heart. Now, as a man, you only have one you only have one emotion that you are expected to express. You got one emotion that is okay for you to express. What's that emotion, fellas? What's that emotion? Anger. It's all right for a man to express his anger, but if he expresses his sorrow, if he expresses his pain, if he complains, if he tells on somebody or reports something or whatever, now he's looked at as a pussy. Well, we got some strange rules out here, but these are the rules that have been set by somebody. And unfortunately, we've been following them. We've been following these rules. So disgraceful relations can happen to anybody. All you got to do is put your love and trust in somebody and have them fuck it all up. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is love and not be loved. All you got to do is care and not be cared about. All you got to do is wash, rinse, repeat on some nut ass shit or some violation type shit. That's all you got to do. And it will happen. You know, I feel sorry for some of y'all women out there. Not all y'all. But I feel sorry for a lot of y'all women out there that are financially astute. You know, like maybe your parents raised you to bust your ass and take care of yourself. So it may not be a I don't need no man situation, but it might be a I can take care of I can pay my bills on my own. I can make my bills on my own. I can have my children, make sure that they're taken care of, even if I don't have an influential male there. But I bet you this, they'll be dressed nice, they'll be educated well, and they won't need for anything. And the reason that I feel sorry for some of y'all is because y'all become the target. Y'all become the victim. Y'all become the hunted. A half-ass nigga, or some jailbird ass nigga, or some motherfucker that's looking for a free ride or a place to stay. He'll see what you got going on, and he'll take every advantage of that shit. Especially if you have everything that you have material wise, and you got a good heart, and you're looking to share. You ain't no stingy hoe. You's a giving bitch. Sorry, y'all. I was channeling my inner Corey Holcomb. What a disgrace he was. Or is. What a disgrace you are, Corey Holcomb, but it's all good. But yeah, I feel sorry for a lot of y'all. Because let's say you got a good job. Maybe you're a nurse. Maybe you're some type of manager or supervisor in corporate America. You know what I mean? You bringing home your 6 figures. Getting it. You doing your thing. But it didn't drop in your lap. You went to school. You might have went to school while you had kids. Or, you know, and that's whatever school you went to, whether you went to college, a 2-year program, 4-year program, got a certificate. You might be a hustler. So, you know, there's a reason that you're not with your child's father. It didn't work out for whatever reason. So you taking on the responsibility of raising the kids on your own and shit. But, you know, you get lonely sometimes. You want a man in your life, but you understand the challenges that you have because every man don't want to take on the responsibility of dealing with a woman who has kids. Now, most men are willing to do that. But sometimes the men who are willing to do it, and I do mean most men, I swear, off the internet, I never hear a man say that he won't take care of another man's child. I never heard no man say that off the internet. I swear to God I haven't, because all the other men would look at him like, nigga, what are you talking about? Every woman we know got kids. And we ain't but 14. Anyway. So, you know, you done fought to get yourself in a good place, but you would love to have companionship. A man to, you know, spend your time with, do things with, be with, love, care for, be cared for. And then, you know, this nigga come along. You know what I mean? It seemed like a good look, depending on where you met him or whatever. It don't matter where you met him. You could have met him on the internet. You could have met him in a club. You could have met him at church. You could have met him at a function. You could have met him through somebody else. You know what I mean? Had him introduced to you by somebody else. That situation is always supposed to go good, and it hardly ever goes good. Motherfuckers introduce you to a fucking bum or a no good hoe. Shout out to all y'all matchmaking ass motherfuckers who be hooking people up with bums. Like, this who you presented him as a good dude. This nigga don't do nothing but sit around the crib, wait to be fed, want to get his dick sucked all the time, and don't want to work. He don't want to make no, huh? And that's who you hooked me up with. Well, at the time, you know, he just needed a little help. And, you know, I thought y'all would be good together because, you know, he was in this situation before, but he was making his way back. And, you know, I just thought it was, nigga, you hooked me up with a fucking bum. God forbid you still at that age where you get pregnant by a bum. Shout out to all y'all who got pregnant by bums. You know who I'm talking to. There's a lot of y'all There's a lot of y'all kids got 23 chromosomes of bum in them. Y'all know who y'all are. Got 20, a child has 23 chromosomes, 46 chromosomes altogether. 23 from the mom, 23 from the dad. So on the mom's side, he may have 23 chromosomes of ambition and maybe uncontrolled, unbridled emotions. And on the other side, he got 23 chromosomes of bum. Yes, your child is half bum, nigga. Deal with it. Better than being a mulatto. Mannequin challenge. But anyway, yeah. It happens. Shit happens. You let him, stick his bum dick all the way up in you. And it might not even been like it might not even be, he might have been like a 30-second, 60-second bum nigga. Tell that to your therapist, ma. Tell that to your therapist. He stuck his little bum dick in me. I got pregnant by him only the first time we had sex. I gave birth to a bum. Even the doctor told me that. But hey, hold on. Come on, Carrie says a fucking bum. I still side-eye one of my cousins for doing that to me, and that was 31 years. Dimple says, love not enough. You need emotional maturity. You need personal mastery, self-control, compassion, empathy to make love last. Some people just don't have those skills. Bum. 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 Bum, 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 bum. I said bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Had a baby, bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Had a baby, bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. 23 crump, bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. You knew he was a bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Your cousin hooked you up with a bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. Yo, some of those chicks are bum, 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 bum. Bum. She's a money grabbing. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. 4 kids, 5 baby dad. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, can't never get rid of a bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum replacement program. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum identification program. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. 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 You can't never find nobody that's good for you or that's gonna love you the way you wanna be loved, but you can always find yourself a bum. A bum is more reliable than a good nigga. Good niggas is hard to find. Bum niggas right there. I'll be there. Yo, just call him my bum ass nigga. Oh, ba 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 ba. I'm sorry. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Whenever you need me, my bum ass will be there. I'll be there. Just watch the back door, honey. I'll be there to disrespect you with a selfish and egotistical ways too. I know you don't need me, but I'll be there. I'll be there. Okay. Brown Eye says, facts, Carrie. I had 2 friends try to hook me up, and I had to ask them if we are really friends. Because what made you think that he would be good for me? The fact. She said, not that I'm in the kitchen bopping to the beat. Hey, bum. What Gary said? Man, this is how I know that we are separated at birth. I asked my cousin if we were truly blood related because that says Carrie for real. Cause what the hell was you thinking, friend? Cursed them out and fussed her out. Man, that bump, 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 bump. Bum's coming on through. Yo, use a bum. Yo, what you gonna do? You know what to do with a bum. Yo, I'm coming through. Got a lot. I'm about to give you some. Yeah, been a bum since birth. Yeah, they ain't got a lot of work, but yo, I came from bum parents. Both of them was bums. Yo, I got the real bum. Come from the real bum. Yeah, 100% bum out here. Bum niggas, bum bitches, bum. You want to get on that bum shit? I'm about to give you some shit that you're never going to forget in your life. Yo, I was a bum, was a husband and a wife. Yeah, violated every day. Kids going to come out. Yeah, I let them play. Yeah, here come DHS. Child Protection Services, all that mess. Yeah, they want to call me a bum. They don't understand. You don't know me, bitch. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. You don't know me like that. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. You don't know me like that. Yo, bum, bum, bum. I got a job interview. I said bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Yo, they fired me for nothing. Said bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Yo, do you know them niggas had the nerve to deny my unemployment? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yo, gotta go stay with my sister's house for a while. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. My baby mama, he's tripping. Yo, bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yo, I'm increasing my child support. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, bum, bum, bum. 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 Yo, my baby flunk. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum mixed with ambition. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Had a baby by a bum. And I'll tell you what, you always know, I'm gonna just put it out there. The bum baby always gets the most attention because you know what they have the potential to do. When you see a mother that gives the attention to one child more than they did all the other children, let's say she got 5 kids. Let's just say. But this one child, this child ain't special needs, but the mom know. She gonna have to put in that little extra work. You know what I mean? Keep that bum baby by her side. Gotta breastfeed the bum baby. The other babies might have got straight bottle. That bum baby, remember, just don't bite it. No matter, just don't bite it. Don't matter, just don't bite it. You know what you gotta do with the bum baby. And I ain't trying to diss nobody kids, but y'all know what it is. You know what I mean? You might not have known what you was getting into when you got with the bum. But you know damn well what you had gotten yourself into once that baby was born, like. In the back of your mind, you like, that motherfucking son. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 nigga. Bum, bum, bum. 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 Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl of the world. Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl of the world. And what's going on, Cheryl Halsey? We got Cheryl for Cheryl right there. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate you. You already know. You already know. You already know. Carrie says, giving the bum babies extra scoops of ice cream and new sneakers. You know what you need to get the bum baby? Give him lots of books to read. Because you got to stamp out the bum. It's hard to be a bum and an avid reader at the same time. I ain't lying. Now, y'all video watching motherfuckers, y'all got all the bum in y'all. But avid readers, they don't really be going for that bum shit. They not going to read up on how to be a better bum. They going to watch that on the video. Like, say what? YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. That's where you learn about how to be the bum. You don't learn how to be a bum in no library. Oh, shout out to y'all Gen Zs. Library is where we used to go to read books and borrow books and return books. It was a thing back in the day. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. It's all good. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Y'all know what it is. Let's take a look at the poll questions, shall we? Can we take a look at the poll question? Let's see what's up with the poll question. The poll question asks, is there any way that you would stay with someone who cheated and had a baby on you? 72%, that's a high percentage, said no effing way. And 11% says, I want to say no, but it happened. You know what? I can't be mad at y'all. Because that's one of the hardest things to go through And one of the hardest things to explain to people who don't know, new people that you meet, let's say you meet a new friend or whatever, and y'all start to get cool, y'all start to get close, and y'all start to, talk to each other about personal things or whatever. You got to explain, like, yeah, me and my husband still together, me and my wife still together, but something that happened years ago that still bothers me to this day. But the baby is here. And I have to admit, I love the child. I love the child. I don't like the situation, though. I don't like the way that he or she came into this world, but it happens. All right, anyway, 0% says only if it happened during a break. And 16% says you never know what you might do. God damn. God damn, y'all real as hell today. Damn, y'all real as hell today. I think the last answer is the most important answer, because you don't know what situation might develop with somebody, because you don't know where you might be with somebody emotionally. You just never know. Damn. Wow. But yeah, I would expect the lion's share of the votes to go towards no effing way. I get it. But I've seen too many examples of the other. Man, I've seen situations. You've probably seen situations like this too, where a couple had babies, maybe one or two children together, broke up, or even got divorced, had babies by other children. Had children by other people, got back together. So they got two together and they got two apart. He got one from another relationship while y'all wasn't together, and she got one. And you know who's wrong in that situation? Whoever got pregnant or got somebody pregnant first. Yeah, we got divorced, or yeah, we broke up, but you should have known we was gonna get back together. As soon as we broke up, here you are. Your belly was sticking out by, in the 6th month. Situations. Disgraceful? Is that a disgraceful relation? Once people get back together, I don't know if you can use disgraceful for it. Not everybody might go for that. They might don't go for it being disgraceful now. Come on, Carrie says no. Okay. You know what I mean? Brought this light-skinned bum baby into the relationship. You got a chocolate bum baby. It's all good. Ansel says, how you fresh to death and your pocket's dead? Shit. It happens. New clothes and shoes gives bum energy. Is that so? Is that so? Stacy said, I totally have my library card. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Disgraceful relations. Disgraceful relations. Man, listen. There is no accounting. There's no accounting to how disgraceful a relationship can get between a man and a woman. You know how some people don't reveal what happened in a relationship until they break up, and you still may not get the full story. You may not get the full story of everything that happened. Hopefully you don't. Because I ain't gonna front. Like, every time that somebody I know gets to flapping their gums and running their mouth and running and telling after they break up or whatever on some sour grape shit, I always have to take that with a grain of salt. I always have to take that with a grain of salt because I don't know. I don't know if that's a reliable source anymore. I don't know if you're credible anymore because you wasn't saying shit when it was all good. When you was getting what you wanted, and come on, y'all gotta feel me on this one. All the people that you know that rode out with a situation and rode hard with a situation, as long as they were getting theirs, as long as a check was being cut for them, as long as they was getting some ass, as long as they was riding in something nice, sitting up in a hotel, up in the crib, food, good drink, good smoke, good whatever. Everything was all good. Then when the gravy train stopped, when the funds got cut off, when the budgets got cut, now, that nigga was never cool. She was a bitch. I only did it because, Marjorie Taylor Greene riding like a motherfucker for Trump through all of that shit that he doing. Now you want to be he a bad guy now? That's why she picking and choosing how she paints him as a bad guy. But really, she never really said that he was a bad guy. She just said she disagrees with him on America First. That ain't so. The only beef you have with him is that he's not putting America first and the Epstein files, right? So as far as foreign policy and the Epstein files is what you have a problem with. But when you was running around here cussing people out and wishing people dead and saying how certain people were guilty of treason and they should be sentenced to death and all of that, while you were running around here doing this, while you were running around here talking to kids, telling kids that what happened to them didn't happen to them because it was all street theater. Yeah, nobody shot up them schools. That shit is a lie. Those were paid actors. Street theater. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene. She told them kids that, not Columbine. What was that? Shady? No. What was that school shooting? I think it started with an S. Sandy Hook told those kids that they were lying. They didn't get shot. They didn't get hurt. That film wasn't real. That was Marjorie Taylor Greene. So ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. But anyway, disgraceful relations. It was all good when you was getting paid. It was all good when you were the aggressor. Soon as it turned back on you, soon as you got to answer questions, my man James Florin, what up, my dude? Soon as you have to be uncomfortable, now you like, yo, he wrong. Bitch, you was wrong. You still wrong. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit you talking about. They waiting for you to spill the tea on Trump. That's the only reason people listening to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Think about it. They want inside information on Trump. And they are hoping that she's going to drop some. She ain't dropped shit. And guess what, y'all? She trolling y'all. She ain't going to say nothing bad about him. She not. As far as that, the Epstein files and the and not putting America first is as far as she gonna go. She not gonna tell y'all nothing else. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. That's her leverage right there. Yeah, everybody just want to hear her drop some messy shit. Not gonna happen. 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 Not going. What the guan? Not going. Not going happen, man. Not going happen, man. Not going happen, man. Yo, keep waiting. Yo. Not going happen, man. Not going happen. Yo, it's you thought it was gonna happen, but it didn't. And yo, shit is real. Yo, ain't nobody kidding. Yo, she ain't giving up the tea. You can wait for it all eternity. That's word. But she know the rules and she ain't going out like a sucker duck because it ain't cool. And the rules must be followed. Yo, she used to be sucking dick and mad swallow. Not that, nothing wrong with that as long as you want me. Yo, just saying, it's word. Niggas want to be down with the program, but I ain't dealing with nerves. What we talking about? Yo, everybody down here kind of stressed out. Waiting for somebody to drop the tea. Spill the tea. Keep waiting for me. Yeah, still no snitching. Y'all out here should have said no bitching. Bitching like motherfuckers. Yeah, everybody around here feel like suckers. You paid her to come on your programs, but she wouldn't drop the tea or you a no man. Yeah, not even Steve Miller. Yeah, he probably willing to kill her. Yo, even Elon Musk. Yeah, from dawn to dusk. Yo, got motherfuckers out here talking crazy, kind of greasy. Yo, hair's peasy. What's the motherfucking name? He's not deserving of fame. Brian Donalds. What the fuck is we? Yo. Tim Scott. What the fuck you got? Yo, you's a snot boy. Snot. Snot the way it's supposed to go. Hey, yo. What's we doing? Yo. Fucked up. The country isn't. Okay. I ain't come here to talk about that. I ain't come here to talk about that. We about to wrap this thing up pretty soon. We about to wrap it up. You got a Boston playing spades, and your partner had everything to do with it. You was just holding a seat. And so you gotta chill. What the? Oh man. Yo. All right. Roundhouse says facts. When you not benefiting, all of a sudden the other person ain't shit. Yeah, okay. I mean, we hear this shit every day. At least a version of it. We hear a version of that shit every day. Yo. Let's do these birthday shout outs, man. Let's get the fuck on about it. Release you good people. Let you go watch this Bears and what is it? The Rams. Yo, 49ers got this. They got the shit kicked out of them. Like, that should have been the fucking Eagles. Not getting beat like that. Don't nobody blow us out. I mean, like, what the fuck? Damn, man. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 18th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. My man Dwayne Bronham. What up, my dude? And go getter, Miss Bossy Law, and Craig Hamilton, my mans, and Chris Zimmerman, Price, Ness, Irritant, Brine, and Apostle Dion Ford, Nakia Nicole, also Johnny Robinson, my girl Felicia Edwards, and last but not least, William Reeves Jr. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 18th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, to rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. And you know this tomorrow's the last day of Capricorn, y'all. Yo, Aquarius start on Tuesday. It's the 20th. Yo, in advance, do your thing, Cappies. You know what I mean? Y'all had a good run. Nice run. Y'all gave us Christmas and New Year's. Thank you. I want to thank you for that. Good things come to those who wait. Great things come to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. Go hard, go for your. Go hard, go for yours. And remember, listen, man. You know, disgraceful relations. Whether you're witnessing one, whether you've been in one, whether you are part of one, whether you're fostering one, whether you're supporting one, whether you are trying to pull somebody up out of the annals of one. We all got to go through it. Life experience is life experience, and there's no accounting for that. We got to live this life. We don't have a whole lot of choices. We ain't got no whole lot of choices, but it's going to be all right. You keep your nose to the grindstone, and yo, you keep grinding, keep smiling, keep shining. Or is it keep shining, keep smiling? No, it's shining, right? Knowing you can always count on me for sure. That's what friends are for the good times and the bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. All right. One of my favorite songs. I used to love that song. I used to really like that song. I did. Was y'all singing with me or was y'all fronting? Was you singing it with me or was you fronting? Keep smiling, keep shining. Knowing you can always count on me for sure. That's what friends are for the good times and the bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. All right, y'all. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow. Monday night going into Tuesday night, 2 a.m. in the morning. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we give it up. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know the vibes. You know how we carry it. I want y'all to have a wonderful day. No exceptions. Don't let nobody get on your nerves today. Don't let none of them nasty ass violationists, disgraceful relations get to you today. You know what I mean? Go ahead, watch your football, deal with your family, have your fun, sip on your whiskey, whatever, smoke your tree. Whatever you do it safely, do it to death, and do it like it's the thing to do. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I will holler. Peace, y'all. Love is love, baby.